Could this be the face of the future? The future. Who is that? Anybody around the home? Who knows who that is?
Adam Vinatieri.
Would you stop, Frank? It's Jarrett's.
Coach.
I'm asking around the home today with Israel and Clinton and Frank if Jarrett Stidham is the future of the Patriots, because you saw they signed Brian Hoyer this weekend as well, and that's an old face for Bill Belichick. And then there's a class of free agent quarterbacks that includes Andy Dalton. It's going to include Cam Newton. I'm the only one who's excited about the idea that maybe Cam Newton in the Patriots. Everyone else thinks it can't happen. Israel, first to you around the horn, around the home. The Jarrett Stidham era. Are you all in?
I mean, how can you be all in, right? You have no idea what this guy is. You know, you hear McCourty talking about how good he's been in practice last year and everything. Yeah, it is interesting, but, you know, it makes you wonder, right? Is this going to be the guy that you take on? So Bill Belichick, I believe, is going to be motivated as ever to really be successful here. Do you really think it's going to be Stidham and Hoyer? Like, do you really think those are the guys that are going to carry this offense into a place that, you know, that Tom Brady couldn't even take it last year? You know, are we going to rely on that defense the entire year and just maybe a refurbished running game and see what the quarterback can do in that situation? I just don't think there's anything really exciting there about the quarterbacks. You get Cam Newton in there, maybe that's a different story. You get Jameis Winston in there and see sort of how that maybe. But this, I mean, I don't know what there is to get excited about.
Okay. Clinton Yates, I'll ask you the same question. Did you read the quotes from Devin McCourty? He said he liked the way Stidham looked at practice, the look in his eye. Does that get a Patriots fan excited for the Jarrett Stidham era?
If it's not what's going to get the Patriots fans excited, then you're right. There is nothing to be excited for, but that's a plenty good reason to be excited. This was a playoff team last year. People thought that the reason that they weren't better than they were was because of the quarterback. Now, I don't think Stidham or Hoyer jumps in and necessarily is better, but the defense is what they were riding on anyway. And if they've got confidence in this guy, look, I don't think you bring back Hoyer for any reason other than you want him to be the starter. And obviously that means that Belichick has some level of confidence in him, which I think if you're a fan, you have to rely on as well. I don't think that this team is down in the dumps at all. People thought it was an upset when they lost in the playoffs last year, as ridiculous as that was. And I still think this team can contend this year.
That was because of Tom Brady, though, wasn't it?
Because it's not good, Tony. The defense is what they rode on. And if they can find a way to put it together with what they had on offense in the same performance this year, I don't think a contender.
Frank, let me ask it to you this way. If Bill Belichick says, believe me, I'm Bill Belichick, and he in the end chooses Jarrett Stidham, should Patriots fans believe him?
You know, it's funny. Devin McCourty, you know, we're all stuck in our house, and Devin McCourty's out there talking about practice. We're talking about practice. The games are a lot different than what you're doing on the scout team. But Bill Belichick, remember this, Tony. Tom Brady filled in for Drew Bledsoe, led them to a Super Bowl. When Brady got hurt about 12 years ago, Matt Castle won 11 games. This season, Brady only threw 24 touchdowns.
It sounds like you're about to say a system QB is all you need. That's what it sounds like you're about to say, Frank.
No. But I will say this. Can he be average? Because remember something. Last season, Ryan Fitzpatrick, on the final weekend of the season, went into Foxborough, beat them, and that meant the Patriots did not get a bye the first week. Then Ryan Tannehill went in there during the playoffs and beat them. And I would consider both those guys good but average quarterbacks. Can Stidham be average? Why not?
Isn't that the exact reason why I shouldn't be excited, right? Can you be average? Like, that's what Frank is asking. Please be average. Let's go, Pats. That's really fun.
This man, does he look like the quarterback of your team? He's ready to get behind center. I feel like you got to trust Bill Belichick on some degree, right? Not for a system quarterback, but 2 for 4 with a pick 6 against the Jets. The Jets, that's all we've seen from Stidham. So my point here is you got Brian Hoyer in. You got Andy Dalton available. We talked about Cam Newton a little bit. I think that's delicious. Jameis Winston, that would be delicious for a different reason. Chances that Andy Dalton is a call Bill Belichick makes, Frank. You could start there.
I definitely think so. I still like your idea of Cam Newton as well. My big thing with Cam would be
health. Well, now everybody likes it. Last week I got laughed off the
no,
call here.
You're onto something.
Clinton?
I like the Dalton idea. That Bengals teams weren't terrible under him. I think he could be a decent career reclamation for him.
I don't mind the Dalton idea. I think the fact that they brought in Hoyer tells you that that's his security blanket already, so he doesn't need this big, bold move. I could see him sort of building this team around, obviously, a great defense and a running game and saying, hey, we'll still make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. All right, last question. Week 1 of the season. Should we ever have a week 1, please? Week 1 of the season. Who's your starting quarterback? QB1 for the Patriots. Frank?
I'm going to go with Brian Hoyer, week 1.
Okay, after everything we just said, here's a mute for you. Thank you. You could have brought that up earlier. Glenn Yates.
I think it's Brian Hoyer week 1, but I think
Come on, mute him. What are we doing here? Israel, how about you?
I mean, For the sake of a Patriots fan, I'm going with Jarrett Stidham. Give me something to get excited about.
All right.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.